When a man's ways pleaseth the Lord, he maketh even his enemies be at peace with him. So true, I can attest to that. I just came across this writing that someone put online titled Blessed by Your Enemies. I'm just going to read from it. We all know that God can bless us, show us favor, promote us, heal us, but we don't always realize God can use our enemies to bless us. What you may think is a disappointment, a person that walked away, a friend that betrayed you, a coworker that's trying to make you look bad. You may not like that, but you couldn't reach your destiny without them. It's all part of God's plan to get you to where you're supposed to be. David would only be known as a shepherd boy if it wasn't for Goliath. Goliath was strategically placed in David's path, not to defeat him, but to promote him. Without Goliath, David would have never taken the throne. So don't complain about your enemies. It may look like a setback, but really it's a setup for God to get you to the throne. After all, God could have used King Saul to promote David. Saul had the authority. He could have moved on Saul's heart, told him to promote that young man. But God chose to bless David, not through his enemies. Not through his friends, but through his enemies. That's why we don't have to play up to people, try to convince them to like us. Hopefully they'll give me a good break. No, God doesn't have to use your friends. He can use your enemies, your critics, the ones that are trying to push you down. He can use them to push you up. It's interesting. When David defeated Goliath, you never hear any more about Goliath. Goliath was created for David's purpose. Part of his destiny was to establish who David was, just as God has divine connections lined up for you. People to encourage you, push you forward. He's also lined up people that will try to stop you, discourage you, try to make you look bad. There are Goliaths ordained to come across your path. If you don't understand this principle, you'll get discouraged. God, why is this happening to me? That opposition wasn't meant to stop you. It was meant to establish you. When you overcome it, you will not only step into a new level of your destiny, but everyone around you will see the favor of God is on your life. Sometimes God will put an enemy in your life to keep you stirred up. He'll allow critics, doubters, discouragers, even some haters. So when you feel tired and think you want to give up, you'll keep pressing forward, shaking it off. Not because you feel like it, but because you don't want to give your enemies the joy of seeing you defeated. Not out of spite, not out of pride. It's a holy determination. God uses the negative to keep us stirred up. Many times God will use your enemies to catapult you to success more than your friends, David said. And I'm going to stop right there. I just have a story, I guess a bit of a testimony to give. During the times that I was living homeless out my vehicle in Texas, and the random times that I was able to get employment, there was one job that I actually acquired working at a warehouse. It was a company that produced window blinds for like businesses, like I'm talking about like skyscrapers, right? So at this job, going through organized stalking and harassment and all that, fully aware of the tactics of these people and the things that they do to try to cast you down from your excellency, I was immediately met with negativity. Okay? I was immediately met with hate. I was immediately met with people who were systematically trying to make me do a bad job or to make me look bad in the sight of my supervisors or bosses, right? So what I chose to do in that moment or during that time was I chose to transmute that negative energy into positive energy. And it's very possible. There was a guy that they had coupled me with who was supposed to work right alongside with me. He was like kind of like an older guy or whatever. But this dude would make it a point to insult me. Every chance that he got, he was just talking a lot of crap to me, saying derogatory things about me, just doing anything to break my spirit. And there was just something within me that said, no, I can change the situation. I can flip this to my advantage. I could flip this to my will. So with that negative energy that that employee was inflicting upon me, I transmuted it into positive energy. And the way that I did it was as a means to kind of shut him up was I worked faster. I produced a lot more than what other employees were producing so as to make them look bad. The ones that were steadily trying to cast me down, I amped up the production and I transmuted that negative energy into positive energy. And I was able to produce a lot more of those shipments that were to go out during those days. And what happened was I changed the whole energy and environment of that whole facility because all these people that were set against me now had to work even harder because I was able to transmute the negative energy into positive energy, which created more production, which of course in turn was in favor, I was in favor of the employer because that's what they wanted. They wanted you to produce more at a faster rate. And you had these people on at this job that were just bullshitting around, not working at their fullest capacity. But yet here I was, a rookie. I had no experience with warehouse work. I came from a world of like desk jobs, sitting in front of a computer. I think the job I had before that was working for like a commercial real estate company or something like that in the treasury department. That's where I came from. Like I was humbled in a position to where I had to like accept making less money, but the work was 10 times harder. But I say all that to say that you can transmute that negative energy and you can actually use it as a means to empower yourself. If you have the connection to that which is divine, you can totally change the energy that's around you. And I had to be put in that position to fully be aware and realize that I had that power. And that's why the powers that be fear us, because we have powers that they know about that we're not even aware of. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you're working a job where you have people that are continuously trying to put you down and cast you down from your excellency or try to prove something or they have something to prove, like I'm not even in competition at work. Any of the jobs that I work, I've never been in competition. I've always just tried to do the best job that I could do so that my employer would be satisfied with my work in hopes that there's an opportunity of advancement or moving up, while at the same time not giving a care about making all this money, because I truly do not care about money. I don't care about being rich as long as I have just enough to sustain myself. Food, shelter, transportation. That's it. I'm simple. I don't care to wear the finest garments, the finest clothing, the name brand clothing, getting all these fancy stereo systems installed in my vehicle, rims. I mean, I don't even think they do. That's like old school, I guess. I don't really see people doing the rim thing anymore, but you can transmute that negative energy to empower yourself is what I'm trying to say. So I just wanted to share this article that I saw online. It just randomly came across my path, and I just wanted to put that out there. And don't let these people cast you down from who you truly are. There's so many people that will bless with their mouths, but they curse with their hearts. They don't give They don't care nothing about you. They want to see you homeless. They want to see you down in the gutter. So they can point and laugh and say, "Oh, this your boy? This is your son? God? This is who you say is a chosen one?" So they can mock and laugh and anyways, I'm glad I came across this. It was meant for me to read this and actually post this because I totally resonate with this. People that are placed in your lives to try to cast you down, but they don't even realize that they're not doing anything but making you stronger at the end of the day. So stay the path. Don't never let anyone try to deter you from the mission. Ultimately is what I'm trying to say.